Hello, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of Scott Sports 101. I'm Scott Trella. Uh, I'm sorry you had to wait so long for another edition for another podcast, but I'm now I can give it to you, and we're gonna talk NBA Finals, and and we're gonna talk the Stanley Cup Finals, Cavs, Browns, and Guardians. We'll get to all that, and we'll talk about the NBA draft a little bit, but we'll get to all that. But first, here is today's Scott Sports 101 NBA trivia question. It's the final one with the NBA season being over. What team won the 97-98 NBA title? And I will have the answer later on the podcast. Uh, we're going to start off by congratulating the Oklahoma City Thunder on winning last night's winning the NBA title last night, 103-91 over the Indiana Pacers. And boy, just what a game it was last night. Gilgeous Alexander walked off the court for the final time this season, collapsed into the arms of Coach Mike Diagonal, and finally smiled, and it was over. The climb is complete. The rebuild is done. The Oklahoma City Thunder are champions. The best team all season was the best team at the end, bringing the NBA title to Oklahoma for the first time. Gilgeous Alexander finished off his MVP season with 29 points and 12 assists, and the Thunder beat the Indiana Pacers, who lost Tyrese Haliburton to a serious leg injury in the opening minutes, 103-91 in Game 7 of the NBA Finals on Sunday night. It doesn't feel real, said Gilgeous Alexander, the Finals MVP. So many hours, so many moments, so many emotions, so many nights of disbelief, so many nights of belief. It's crazy to know that we're all here, but this group worked for it. This group put in the hours. We deserve this, and I agree with that. Jalen Williams scored 20 points, and Chet Holmgren had 18 for the Thunder, who finished off the season for the ages. Oklahoma City won 84 games between the regular season and the playoffs, tying the 1996-1997 Chicago Bulls for the third most in any season. Only Golden State had 88 in 2016-2017, and the Bulls had 87 in 1995-96, one more. It's the second championship for the franchise. The Seattle Supersonics won the NBA title in 1979. The team was moved to Oklahoma City in 2008. There's nothing in the Raptors in Oklahoma City to commemorate that title. In October, a championship banner is finally coming, a Thunder banner. They behave like champions. They compete like champions, Daignault said. They root for each other's success, which is rare in professional sports. I've said it many times, and now I'm going to say it one more time. They are an uncommon team, and now they are champions. The Pacers led 48-47 at the half, even after losing Haliburton to what his father said was an Achilles tendon injury about 7 minutes into the game, but they were outscored 34-20 in the third quarter as the Thunder built a 13-point lead and began to run away. Deflated, but proud of everything we have accomplished, Pacers guard T.J. McConnell said. Benedict Mathurin had 24 points and 13 rebounds for Indiana, which is still waiting for its first NBA title. The Pacers, who were 10-15 after 25 games and were bidding to be the first team in NBA history to turn that bad of a start into a championship, had leads of 1-0 and 2-1 in the series, but simply did not have enough in the end. Home teams improved to 16-4 in NBA Finals Game 7s, and the Thunder became the 7th champion in the last 7 seasons, a run of a parity like none other in NBA history. Pacers forward Pascal Siakam was part of the Toronto team that won in 2019. Thunder guard Alex Caruso was part of the Los Angeles Lakers team that won in that won in the pandemic bubble in 2020. Milwaukee won in 2021. Golden State in 2022. Pacers forward Thomas Bryant and Denver prevailed in 2023, and Boston won last year's title. And now the Thunder get their turn. The youngest team and to win a title in nearly half a century has reached the NBA mountaintop. The Thunder are the ninth franchise to win the title in NBA Commissioner Adam Silver's 12 seasons. His predecessor, David Stern, saw 8 franchises win titles in his 30 seasons as commissioner. It really hurts on one hand, Pacers coach Rick Carlisle said. On the other hand, this team has given all of Pacer Nation something to be very proud of, and they have. So even though Indiana did not win, my hat goes out to them, and I salute them. But congratulations, the Oklahoma City Thunder, the NBA, the 2025 NBA champions. So now the NBA season has now come to an end, and the NBA draft kicks off on Wednesday this week, and on June 25th and 26th. And the Cavs do not have a pick in the first round. And I think they do have, I think they do have a pick. They have pick number 49 in the second round, so we'll have to see who they take with that one in round 2. So, and the NBA draft kicks off on Wednesday, I believe at 8 o'clock on ABC and ESPN. And we'll get to the Guardians and the NBA and the Major League Scoreboard in just a moment. Right now, it's time to reveal the answer to today's Scott Sports 101 the NBA trivia question, the final one. Now that the NBA season is over, who won the 1997-98 NBA title? And if you said the Chicago Bulls, you are correct. The Utah Jazz fell to the Bulls once again in a repeat of the 96-97 finals. Yet this would be the last year of the Chicago Bulls dynasty. And I have another trivia question on my next podcast, so stay tuned for that. And right now, I want to turn over to the Stanley Cup Finals. And I want to tell you that the Florida Panthers beat the Edmonton Oilers in game, I think it was Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Finals, 5-1 last Tuesday, and they are the Stanley Cup Finals. Sam Bennett is the MVP, and Florida just did not let up. They held Houston to just one goal, one score, 5-1. But the Florida Panthers, the Stanley Cup champions for 2025. The Guardians are off today after winning 3-0, taking 2 out of 3 off the the Las Vegas Athletics. And they'll be back in action tomorrow at 6:40 when they take on the Toronto Blue Jays here at home at Progressive Field. And so, and they're 39-37, second in the AL Central, 1 game up on Kansas City, and 10 games out of first place in the AL Central. And right now, we're going to get to the NBA, the Major League scoreboard. Excuse me. In the top of the fourth, it's Los Angeles Angels or Anaheim, and Anaheim and LA beating Boston 5-3. And Washington at the bottom of the fourth. The Nationals are up on the San Diego Padres 4-1. The Baltimore Orioles shut out the Texas Rangers 6-0 today at Camden Yards in Baltimore. In Cincinnati, in an interleague ball matchup against the Yankees, Cincinnati beat the Yankees 6-1. The Atlanta Braves beat the New York Mets at Shea Stadium in New York, 3-2. The Arizona Diamondbacks shut out the White Sox in Chicago, 10-0. Pittsburgh Pirates beat the Milwaukee Brewers by 5-4 in Milwaukee. The Seattle Mariners all over the Minnesota Twins in an interleague ball matchup, 11-2. And And the St. Louis Cardinals beat the Chicago Cubs 8-2. That's your Major League scoreboard for today. And Kevin Durant was traded to the from the Phoenix Suns to the Houston Rockets. That was one of his trade destinations, and the others were the Cavs, Denver, and actually the Miami Heat, the San Antonio Spurs. But Cleveland and Denver were in the running still with the Clippers. But Durant signed the contract with the Rockets. It was a 1-year deal. They both agreed to that, and that's why now Kevin Durant is now a Houston Rockets. So yeah, and there has been some trade talks going around that the Cavs might try to trade Darius Garland to the Suns, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So I will keep you updated on that story. So and now that the Browns have wrapped up minicamp and OTAs, they're on a little bit of a hiatus, and training camp's not that far away. Uh, and uh, Shador Sanders was got a DUI and was arrested uh, the other night, and but they really did make some oh shit, but they really made some great efforts during mini camp and uh, and they really made some really good efforts during mini camp and OTAs and but I mean I'm gonna and but now they are done with OTAs and Shador Sanders dealt a blow in QB race as the Browns receiver gives his honest performance. I'm gonna, Cleveland Browns with Shador Sanders was dealt a blow in QB races as he gave his honest performance. Cleveland Browns wideout Deontay Johnson revealed who he believes will be the starter once the 25 NFL season kicks off. And Ernest picking his teammate Kenny Pickett as the #1 under center, but Cleveland Browns wide receiver Deontay Johnson and since being drafted in the 5th round of the 2025 draft, Shador Sanders has been doing all he can to prove to the Browns organization that he is worthy of a chance to be a starter in a crowded quarterback room. Despite the work he has put in there is a chance that the young quarterback will be cut, and there's a chance as the organization weighs its options under center. As Sanders and fans await the Browns' ultimate decision, Johnson already believes that Kenny Pickett, the former teammate on the Pittsburgh Steelers, has nabbed the starter's job in a recent appearance on Sport and Suits. The 28-year-old shared why he believes Pickett will be the starter. I think I'm going to going to roll with Kenny for right now, Johnson said. When asked who will be, he figures to be the starter for the season. I'm really seeing Kenny going on like right now with the ones, but then Joe Flacco will come in. I think they're probably going to roll with him. Just like to see, like just coming up the season, and he was with Philly and having a Super Bowl season. So I'd rather see. I'd rather see. I think they're going to stick with him through the preseason, and then they can live without Joe with what Joe comes and brings to the table. While it remains to be seen who will be the starter once this season formally begins, Flacco already has stated in the past that the current crop of the Browns rookies appear to be struggling uh, to keep up to keep up with him at OTAs. Speaking of reporters in mid-June, Flacco shared a pointed message comparing his time with how rookies have it now. So, and when it got easier, like 2011, I think everybody was playing at that point had been group 2 days some point in their life. You recall reporters, guys that are coming into to the NFL now have never done it. We're out there for an hour, 15 minutes, and guys that gets hurt. OTAs are not easy, and OTAs are not easy. That OTAs were like over 2 hours, and they're not easy. While 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 Johnson believes Pickett has a chance to be the starter, it has been predicted in weeks past that the Browns would indeed part ways with Pickett rather than Sanders. Flacco or Dylan Gabriel, NFL insider Mike Florio, excuse me, believed that that was the case, stating, "I think they're going to trade Kenny Pickett. I haven't been told anything. I don't know anything. I never know anything, but just reading between the tea leaves, as a wise man says, Joe Flacco is the fan favorite. We'll see who they will choose for the starter. And but I really think Flacco will get the start. And but the other thing is, there's been a lot of talk, and there was news about the Browns. The is that will the Browns leave Cleveland and and uh, and that's the other thing is the Browns stadium news, and the Modell lost. They're still fighting it in the courts, and there's no winner as of yet. And so I wanted to touch you base on that. And why? Yeah, and so Cleveland spent 675 million dollars per hour in Modell law, fighting to keep the Browns from moving to Brook Park. 566 hundred $1,000 over for the 4 months so far, and but I just feel you got to look at this openly, and if they do move to Brook Park, take the Red Line Rapid, and I really think that that it could happen where the Browns that stadium could go through, and I think it's going to, but we will have to wait and see. And they're fighting it out in the courts right now because the Haslams do want to build that stadium, but a lot of fans feel that it should remain on the lakefront, but it's hard to say right now. But you got to look openly at this. Will they build? Will it move to Bird Park? Will it remain in Cleveland? A lot of fans feel that it should remain on the lakefront, although they want to build a dome with a retractable roof, but they want to keep it open a lot more. The Haslams want to use it all year round, so they're finding it out in the court right now. We'll have to see what happens, and I'll keep you updated on this developing story. That's just about going to wrap it up for this edition of Scott Sports 101. And I'll be back later on this week uh, with another podcast. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1. I'm done.